Hi, my name is Nersi. Hi, my name is Nersi Chin, and my matrix number is 2021458434.
Hello everyone, my name is Katrina Lawrence. My matric number is 2021464544.
Hello, I'm Elisa Indiandru and my student ID is 202-161-2852.
Hi, my name is Manaina Sasi binti Ghazali and my matric number is 2021214894.
Hi, my name is Beldur Lionel Bonaventure and my matrix number is 2021450528.
So, what is public accountability? Generally, accountability is often associated with the concept of accountability, responsibility, blameworthy, liability, and others. Typically, the concept of accountability is usually viewed in terms of external and internal mechanism. In politics, especially in the representative democratic system, accountability is a crucial factor in determining good governance and hence the legitimacy of power. Therefore, we will discuss the mechanism used by Malaysia to promote public accountability. So, to know what kind of mechanism used by the government, I present the first person, my friend Belden.
Responsibility may arise from a question and answer session and a debate where the responsible minister is required to give answers to all questions forwarded. Example, a question is being asked during a debate about what is the current status of the COVID-19 and how to overcome it. This particular question can be answered by the Minister of Health because he is specified to answer the issues of health in Malaysia. This shows an accountability in terms of service and not just money. Parliamentary questions, supplementary questions, debates, and motions are part of the mechanisms that the members of the parliamentary or the MPS can be used to scrutinize. It has a purpose to overseeing the action and to overcome the government's failure. Next, I will welcome my friend Elisa to explain the mechanism of election.
Thank you, Belden. For my part, I will be talking about election. Election is also one of the mechanisms used by the Malaysian government in order to advocate public accountability in Malaysia. So, what is an election? Election is a formal voting of a person for a position. Coomaraswamy notes that democracy means government by the consent of the governed. This is ensured through the process of elections. The democratic process of an election has the potential to change the base of the legally elected government. Elections are the center means by which citizens hold their officials accountable. Sequentially, electoral administrators and policymakers are held accountable for the quality of the electoral process they administer. The public has the right to know whether government funds are being handled in accordance with laws and regulations, and whether they are operating economically and efficiently. Since Malaysia's Independence Day up to now, elections have been held successfully. By having these regular elections that is known to be free and fair, it often achieves the needed objectives. Nowadays, voting is no longer a privilege, but a right for every single citizen. Voting during elections is also known to be a powerful instrument for citizens. After all, the citizens are the vital key components in order for an election to work. Next, I present Katrina.
Thank you, Alicia. I'm going to talk about ministerial responsibility in Malaysia. The doctrine of ministerial responsibility is important because it is the backbone of the cabinet system and the parliamentary system. It has been observed as a constitution practice in the government are based on the Westminster that ties the cooperation between parliamentary members so they can ensure that the current government elected constituting the people representative are responsible for every activity done at the ministry and department is being observed. Secondly, the underlying principle is the entire governmental act and not the individual minister is responsible. Every minister must be responsible upon every action taken by the public servant directly under his authority or even for action not known by him. So, there is two forms of ministerial responsibility. The first one is a collective responsibility that requires all the ministers to be equally responsible towards all decisions of the other ministers. The second one is the individual responsibility, whom each minister places his or her portfolio in his or her roster. Lastly, the advantage of ministerial responsibility is to avoid a confusion regarding government policy or the government position on the given issue, as well as to show solidarity to maintain its credibility. Thank you, that's all from me, and I would like to invite our friend Wan Aina to present her argument about other mechanisms of public accountability in Malaysia.
Auditor General of Malaysia today is Ni Azman Ni Abdul Majid. He is incumbent since 23 February 2019, and the Auditor General need to carry out an important function in the national accountability. His role is wide as stated in the Constitution in Article 107, and his role is not merely the auditor to federal government, but also to the other 30 states. The responsibilities of Auditor General have 5 things, and the first one is to ensure all form of protective means toward asset and public property. Secondly, maintain all account and record all activity account, because he don't want any financial irregularities happen. That's why all activities should be recorded and must be have approved like RCEP. Thirdly, give view on the national monetary statement and government agency, and fourthly, inspect comprehensively all the economic methods and the level of efficacy of a particular program, and the AG will take how services or program use budget. Last one, report to Parliament and the relevant management team. The AG have power to ask any official to undergo an inquiry. His last and most important function is to report his hearing to the Parliament. Also, on his discretion, he may even decide to forward the report to Yang di-Pertua Agong instead. And that's all from me. Let's go back to Nancy.
So, to sum up, accountability is an ethical concept that is universal in nature and can be applied across all borders in the form of governance. It supports the principle of good governance, which is founded on constitutionalism, limited government, check and balance, and others. In Malaysia, various mechanisms, both formal and informal, and both internal and external, have been instituted with the objective to check and limit the government power. Nonetheless, one has to admit that all these mechanisms also suffer from many limitations. So I think that's all from us. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.